there is a phenomenal lie which is being put upon people who have a pension in this country, that if you believe the Labor Party and you believe parts of social media, taxpayer media, all the rest of it, guess what? They're going to force you to decide how to spend your money. Apparently they're going to make every single pensioner in the country go under the cashless welfare card. Guess what? Not true. The relevant minister to explain why this is exactly the case is Senator Anne Ruston, who joins us now from Canberra. Minister, lovely to talk to you. Now, put simply, this is garbage, right?
It is absolutely nothing more than a flat-out lie. I mean, it is quite extraordinary, Paul, that the Labor Party, in the interests of, trying to win themselves some votes, would scare aged pensioners around Australia with a flat-out lie. As I said, there is absolutely no truth in the fact that this government, the government that I'm a member of, ever have intended to, currently are, or ever will force aged pensioners onto the cashless debit card. So I find it really quite extraordinary that the ruthlessness of the Labor Party, that they actually would lie and scare pensioners for their own selfish gain. It's extraordinary.
Yeah. Now, of course, we know what the logic is here, which is they said, oh, well, hang on, geez, there was a lot of older people who moved against us in the 19 election, franking credits, all of that stuff, self-funded retirees. So, OK, let's find a way to get to market first with something to concern those people. And again, the reason I'm being really clear about this is it is a lie.
Absolutely, Paul. It is absolutely a lie. And the other thing that we've seen is that some of the Labor Party members have actually gone as far as to say they're going to get rid of the cashless debit card altogether. So the question has got to be, what is going to happen to those vulnerable people that are currently being supported by this form of income management? Are they just going to walk away and just leave them? But the fact that they are prepared to lie and scare pensioners, like last year in the Parliament, when we had this legislation in the Parliament, Rex Patrick moved an amendment that explicitly required that aged pensioners could not be forced onto the card. The Coalition voted for that amendment. The Labor Party voted against that amendment. I mean, the hypocrisy knows no bounds.
Yeah, well, can we just show Julian Hill, who's Labor MP? He's the one pushing it. And again, I want you to respond directly to what he has to say. Roll the tape.
We're about to walk into the Parliament to introduce the Scrap the Cashless Debit Card Protecting Pensioners Bill. This bill will liberate thousands of Australians from Scott Morrison's cruel scheme. It's degrading, it's demeaning, it's inhuman. And importantly, it will protect all pensioners from being forced onto this card, which is what Scott Morrison will do if he wins the next election.
Unbelievable stuff, Minister. I mean, seriously, again, we're getting into this American politics thing of cutie names for pieces of legislation so they can turn around and say, aha, the government voted against the cute name, the Don't Kill Puppies Act of 2022.
Well, I mean, the point is, Julian Hill sitting in his inner city suburb, happy seat, and Justine Elliott sitting up there at Byron Bay. I mean, have they ever been out to any of these communities that currently have the cashless debit card supporting their members of their community? Have they ever spoken to the people who actually asked for this card to be put in place to help vulnerable Australians stabilise their lives and to try and address some of the really significant social harm issues that are happening in these places? I mean, have they ever even been out there? I mean, I would suggest, Paul, that they have never even spoken to somebody in one of these communities.
Yeah, it's red hot. Well, let's make it nice and clear again for everyone who's listening. This is a lie. And if I don't mind asking here, Senator, you would quit the position if anyone suggested that this was going to be the government's actual policy, right?
Absolutely, Paul. I will say it all day, every day. This government never has, doesn't and never will force aged pensioners onto the cashless debit card. You can play that all night if you like.
Good stuff. Share this video with anyone who's spreading the lie because we've got to push back. This is not going to be Mediscare 2.0, all right? Minister, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Paul.